What's up, people? It's your boy, Mr. Pop. Got another video here. This one here is gonna be a tricky one, y'all. I don't know if they're gonna let me keep this on here or not because it's kind of cringe. But this 17-year-old kid went home with a transgender. They can do what they want to do. We don't care. The thing is, once he found out he was a transgender, he went back, and you know what I'm saying? And it's uproar because at the same time it was Pride Month or something like that. So all of the other people are trying to say it's a hate crime and woo. But we gonna see, man. We gonna see. We gonna start that video. Oh, like and subscribe. Mr. Pop comments. You know what to do.
Carlos Lamar Scott. He came across Aisha Davis. Looking at
Aisha Davis. Does this look like this looks like a woman, y'all. I'm tripping. Today we're reacting to he got tricked into smashing a transgender, then tragedy struck. Tricked into doing something along the lines of that would cause great despair to the land. I'm talking about it would be bad for.
Let's assume you're inside of a grocery store and you catch this lady looking at you, staring at you, giving you the eye. Now first you look back and look to the side to see if that lady is looking at you or looking at somebody else, because this typically don't happen to you. And you know, she looking fly, you know what I'm saying? You liking what you see. So
nigga said that to me don't happen to you.
She tell you her name is Hazel. And you're like, well, hey, you know, my name is such and such, and I'd like to, you know, hang out with you later. She's like, cool, that's fine. You know, and things was going rather easy because it don't really go this easy like that. And
rather easy.
Her, she says, hey, let's meet up for lunch. You go to lunch and let's go back to the house and, you know, go to the house. Yes, everything is cool. But there's only one problem. Hazel was born a man.
Oh, all of that right there would be so much, bro, that I don't.
What would you do? You find out you went home with a dude. I know. I ain't gonna do too much talking on this one because this is gonna get flagged already. Motherfuckers be sensitive talking about them.
I don't know, bro. I don't even know what the first reaction is to something so vile, bro. I would be twacked out.
That's right. Hazel was transgender.
And she revealed that after.
What do you do?
Fighting, for real. Really just start fighting. Just start fighting and have to deal with that mentally for the rest of my life.
No comment.
This is what happened with a young man in Chicago by the name.
We don't promote violence. Go ahead, Mr. His name is Pop. I wish I was on a platform where I could just speak my mind, but I can't speak my mind.
Name of Orlando Perez.
Investigators say the teenage suspect was so enraged that after shooting the victim multiple times, he left and then returned to the crime scene to open fire once again.
Oh my God.
Hold on. I want to know how that played out. You leave and go home with the transgender, right? Well, not knowing, right? Because she did look like, she did look like a woman, right? And then you go, everything easy, you knock it down or it give you some head or whatever situation may be. But how did you find out? Do the motherfucker just tell you afterwards? Like, hey, you know, I was born a man. After you did your little sexual dig, and then you just get mad and just clap and then leave and then think about that motherfucker did me wrong. And then you go back and do it again, like.
From the neighborhood led them to the alleged 18-year-old Orlando Perez, now held without bond.
18.
Investigators say Perez had gone home with the victim, 37-year-old Selena Reyes Hernandez.
37. So he 18 and 37, so it's an older guy preying on a younger guy.
On the morning of May 31st, and in her basement apartment in Marquette Park, Perez learned Reyes Hernandez was transgender.
The offender became very upset. He left the residence. He became more upset, and that's when he came back to the residence, and then he brutally murdered the victim in this case.
Prosecutors say Perez returned to the apartment a third time, again opening fire on the victim's lifeless body.
And in this case,
hold on, let me twist the narrative. What if the transgender, the reason why he knew so quickly is afterwards the transgender tried to blackmail him or some shit. Like, I'm gonna tell motherfuckers, you slept with me, I'm a dude. And that's why the nigga went crazy and did all that other shit, because the transgender tried to blackmail him for some bread.
Orlando Perez.
He pulled back up out of frustration and sent more shots.
The transgender
told him to go get my money and come back with my money. That's probably what happened.
Woman was much older than he was.
Much older,
in the 30s.
37.
He was a young guy, 18, which leads me to believe that You know,
Nah, they look like a
although
dude.
it was
They look like a
legal
dude, bro.
for the transgender
Yo,
to
I
mess with
genuinely had chills run down my spine when I saw this.
this young man.
That looked like a
He
dude.
was young, okay? And he was impressionable. He just didn't know that this person was not born a woman. He actually had to find out when he got there. The problem was when he found out, he shouldn't have came back and gunshots.
Probably would have got away with it if you
That was the issue.
never came
right?
back.
That was premeditated murder. And that's why he's in jail right now. That part of the situation was against the law.
Hold on. Is it a law that they gotta tell you that they transgender? If it ain't a law that they don't have to tell you, then they can do it. Crazy if that's. I wonder is that do they have to tell you that they transgender? Listen, man, that's wrong. If they running around here and they don't have to tell nobody, it's up to their discretion. I believe we need to put a rule in place that they have to say what they are. Why would they want to say what they are, but they want to force everybody to say that they're a girl? But they want to trick a straight man into sleeping with them. What is that about, y'all? I don't know what that's about. Why do they have a fetish for sleeping with somebody who thinks they are a girl? But they are trying to be a girl and they look kind of like a girl. But why do you want not let a person know that you really not a girl? Is there any rules against that?
But it was also wrong of this person to make him believe that they were a woman when in fact he found out that they were not. And who knows how far they were getting into it. Basically, the transgender individual should have let the person know up front that I am born a man and now this. Then he would have had that.
Just like I said on the straight man's, if you want to sleep with a lot of women, it's women that'll let you do that. Transgender man, it's men that want to sleep with you type of people. You can't trick people, man. You can't be out here lying.
Opportunity to
say yes or no.
But also, that's not the only case. The biggest case of them all is trending all across Highland Park, Michigan,
that looked like
which is
a
right
girl,
outside
bro.
of Detroit. There was a young man who was 17 at the time
like a girl.
by the name of Carlos Lamar Scotland. He came across Aisha Davis.
See, that looked like a girl,
Aisha,
bro. I'm sorry.
Aisha Davis.
That looked like.
Does this look like this looks like a woman, yo.
See? I'm not fucking crazy.
I'm tripping. Real quick, I want to mention I got this new channel, Astral Dior Archives. Basically here, I'm going to just be doing a lot of yapping, whether it's ranting about a certain topic that's going on or giving some motivation. Putting a little bit of vlogs in there as well, moving around at the gym, just doing new things, new types of content. So if you're going to like that and you want to tap in and see more of me kind of in outside realm, instead, man, let's get straight to the chan, maybe. But still, it looked like a woman.
That was born a woman. He's a young kid looking to clap some cheeks. He goes in there, booty clappers. Then he finds out that this.
Listen, he got titties and everything, man. Look at that. That would have fooled me, bro. That one would have fooled me, bro. Like, I'm scared, bro. I'm glad I'm old. I ain't got to worry about this shit no more. Damn.
Particular individual is not born a woman. And if this information gets out, man, it's going to be bad. So this is the decision that he made.
A cold murder case is finally solved. Let's get out to Highland Park in Shawn Lay, where a woman was shot and killed last summer. Shawn, you have news of a big break.
It's up for all you women that look exactly like y'all daddy. It's
really
up for
a
y'all.
big break. A tragedy here at the Woodward
All the women who look just like their daddy, it's up for them strong daddy features. Nah.
Inn, but it happened months ago. Really just one
This nigga passionate about this story.
clue to this one is this 24-hour video. Good cameras here. That gave MSP something to go on. They truly called this investigation a whodunit. Well, it has been solved, and now Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy made the announcement today.
She was beloved in her community, and she was known to be generous and a compassionate person, according to her family and many, many friends.
Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy highlighting the tragic and mysterious murder of Aisha Davis. Let me take you back to June 1st, 2023, and the Woodward Inn in Highland Park. A security camera capturing this person coming in, then running out. But that person wasn't captured for months. That night, police finding the body of the 36-year-old Aisha Davis in her room.
Bro, what's up with the...
Man, I don't push death on nobody. That's crazy. They gotta die though, but that's crazy. It's like on some shock shit, man. Like, how dare you, man? Say it's almost the equivalent of being SA'd for a man. That's exactly what it is, man. Ain't that the same? That's the same shit, bro. Ain't that the same shit? I ain't never try to act like I know everything, man. But ain't that kind of like the same shit for a man? Like, you took something from me. Like what the women be saying, you took my innocence. You took that away from me. Motherfucker, you took that away by lying to me, man. But how do you have sex with a motherfucker and not know that's not a woman, though? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
He's 17. What's up with this shit? Why is it?
That's being fucked up off them perks and being high and shit like that, trying to go down there and you don't even know what you're doing. You just
Young ass niggas with older niggas. Like, what's that about?
Had been shot in her head.
It was alleged that the defendant shot and killed her. At the time of her death, she had recently completed nursing school and was going to start a new job when her life was tragically cut short.
At last, a break in what was a very cold case. This 18-year-old Carlos Lamar Scotland was arrested this week and charged with Davis's murder.
Carlos
Damn.
Lamar Scotland is 18 years old.
So he was 17
He's been
then.
charged with the following offenses: first-degree murder, felony firearm, carrying a concealed weapon, and resisting and obstructing a police officer.
Back here live at the Woodward Inn in Highland Park. That's an 18-year-old now facing all of those charges. Prosecutor Worthy says we'll learn more about the circumstances of what went down here when he goes to court in a couple of weeks. And just recently, he went viral again for doing this inside of the courtroom.
Today was the first day of testimony in the trial of a man accused of killing a transgender woman in Highland Park.
But the proceedings ended abruptly when the defendant fell asleep. CBS News Detroit's Andres Gutierrez joins us from 30th District Court with what exactly happened in that courtroom.
Well, before this morning's proceedings got underway, the defendant, Carlos Scotland, was talking to his attorney, mouthing something to someone in the gallery. But once the first witness took the stand, well, he couldn't stay awake.
Mrs. Scotland, are you okay?
Many in the courtroom saw this as pure disrespect.
Is your mind still awake?
Carlos
That nigga mind
Scotland
gone,
dozing
man.
off
His
as the
mind
lead
is gone.
investigator recounted the inconsistencies during his interrogation of the 18-year-old charged with the June 2023 murder of Asia Davis at the Woodward Inn.
Did the defendants ever suggest that there was some type of altercation in the room?
He looked high though.
And when you look at that picture, sir, is there anything that would suggest
shit
there
make a
was a
nigga don't
struggle
want to go
or altercation
outside,
in that
man.
room?
God damn.
MSP Detective James Plummer says Scotland eventually admitted to
Sodom and
shooting
Gomorrah right
Davis.
now,
And could you
nigga.
tell us what you say as it relates to that, sir?
Gay shit
That
going on,
he,
man. Like,
after the victim swung at him, that he shot the victim in the face or neck area.
Wow.
And are you familiar with the medical examiner's report in this case, sir?
Yes.
And was the victim shot in the face or the neck, sir?
No.
In fact, where was she actually shot?
In the back of the head.
Literally in the back of
Oh.
the head at close range, correct?
Yes.
Did he ever
that
correct
nigga
that?
executed her.
No.
Scotland initially claimed it
Oh,
was
yeah,
all
he
done
did
in
that shit.
self-defense
He's
after she allegedly attacked him with a knife.
He initially said that he had took the knife and discarded it in a field. He then recanted that and said that the victim swung at him with a closed right fist while possessing a phone.
And did he ever say where the knife was that he was there?
He provided great detail initially, looking at a map as to where he discarded this knife before saying that there was no knife.
And just as the detective was getting into details about how Scotland and Davis ended up meeting that fateful night, Scotland's episode began. Eventually, his attorney told the judge another inmate allegedly slipped Scotland 3 pills before coming to
I was
court,
about to
causing the
say.
drowsiness and forcing the judge to adjourn for the day.
I was about to say, this nigga hot.
Asia Davis, age 36,
He
was
probably
found
don't
dead
care,
in the
man.
Highland Park hotel room June 1st, 2023, with a single gunshot wound to her head. And I'm reading this
The back of
from
it, too.
the article advocate.com.
That's sad, man.
And again, my heart goes out to the family of Asia Davis. But I just want to ask this. Again, this is a person who is young, 17. 17 with a person that's 36 in another state, that's usually illegal, but I did Google the legal age of intercourse as an adult is actually 16. So technically, this is legal. The issue is the young man went there with a premeditated intention to assassinate the individual, Asia Davis, when this shouldn't have happened, okay? I'm not trying to tell somebody how to feel if they feel like they have been violated or they have been tricked. And of course, you know, hey, it could take a part
But
of a
nobody need to
masculinity
die from
away
that,
from an
though, bro.
individual. However,
They don't need to die,
the way
but
that
something need to
they're
happen to
putting
their
these things
motherfucking
out
ass.
is,
They don't need to
listen,
die.
this is
They
a
go to
person of
jail
color,
or something.
okay?
Shit.
This is a person that got, you know, a shot on the first week of Pride Week, and so this is how they're just displaying it.
Nigga,
So
you should
this
be trying to sleep
17-year-old
everything
young
you
man
get
who
so
obviously,
fast, nigga. That's
you know,
another problem on
didn't
you
tell
too,
the
my
story
boy.
about what really went down.
Damn,
Was
that's
saying
crazy, man.
that this
So many
person
mistakes.
or the transgender woman was pretending to be a woman that was born.
Or maybe he knew.
Yeah, maybe he
did
did
it
know.
anyway, and he was like, "F that, I'm still gonna let's take her out though afterwards."
Like that, and didn't tell this young
Nah.
man. So he goes and gets a gun, and now he's gonna
I'm trying
face
to
life.
tell you, man, listen, man, in anything that was oppressed, anything that was once oppressed and now it's being liberated, gonna overdo it. It's gonna be your real cases that really need the situation, but you're also gonna have them outliers that's gonna abuse whatever they get coming in. If y'all can understand what I'm trying to say.
I'm gonna tell guys this, especially if you're in some of these cities, and I'm talking about Highland Park is, outside of Detroit, you in DC, you in Atlanta, you need to be very peculiar about, before you go out on these dates, you need to ask a person, were you born genetically a female? Okay, I don't care how old you are. Because people with
That is crazy.
folks is looking different. That way you don't have to go down this.
A lot of women gonna be getting offended by them daddy features.
Bro, I got a homeboy who live in Atlanta, and he told me straight out, he only deals with chicks that are single moms because they had kids before. So that must mean they were born a woman. That's the only way he deals with it.
Yo, what's wrong with
so
niggas?
That could be your approach. But again, if you make the mistakes that these guys
It's up for all you women out there with no kids.
did, people are not going to have no sympathy for you. You're going to go to jail as a convicted felon, as a convicted murderer, and they're going to go and say that, hey,
you 32, 35, with no kids and a woman, niggas gonna be looking at you like you're a transgender.
this is a hate crime against
Maybe.
the LGBTQ community. That's it. And the judge is going to watch. All right? So brothers out there need to be very intentional about, just don't be just thirsty, somebody coming up to you, talking to you, giving you a lot of...
That's big, and I'm gonna stop him there.
And I'm gonna stop you there. Like and subscribe. Boy, Mr. Fuck shit, bitch. I make this shit look easy. 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 I see what I like, then I go out and get it. I make changes, that's why I'm different. I see it before it happens, that's vision. Telling myself I know I like this.